What can decision makers do to make young people flourish? Definitely just listening to them, giving young people a voice and making them feel powerful. There's loads of young people that have lots of really good, new, fresh ideas that can be really valuable to people that are making decisions.
When you grow up being really different to everyone you grow up with, you always see the wrong in yourself. When I first came here, I don't think there was many people of my culture. Like in primary school, I would be bullied for just being different, I guess. I was made fun of for a long time because of my accent and the way I spoke and the way I pronounced things, and that was really hard for me. I just kept it to myself and I didn't really ask for help. I felt like I wasn't important enough, or I just felt like I didn't have a voice.
I feel like the person that I am now is very different to the person I was 5 years ago. Things changed a lot in year 9, where I discovered a lot of things about myself, and that's kind of where my journey to discovering that I was trans kind of started. I kind of was in the closet throughout year 11 and it wasn't really a great time for me. But then at the end of my year 11 going into year 12, that was at the point where I felt that I had to come out. I didn't really feel like I had an option.
Before my dad took drugs, he was a good person. But after taking drugs, he just turned into a different person. He became angry all the time. It was a really stressful part of my life. We moved to a safe house and he found us, then we moved to another safe house and then he found us again. We never really had a place to stay and I never really felt safe 100% of the time.
I think people sometimes underestimate me because I have a disability. I think that I got a great sense of humor. People that sometimes struggle to see my personality.
I went to 5 primary schools. Each one I got bullied at. There was one where it was because I was Aboriginal and because I was darker than anyone else. It made life hard. You shouldn't really be picked on for being a different culture or having a different language, because some of us Aboriginal people, we don't even get to learn our language. We don't even get to experience it.
I came here from Myanmar 2018 with my family. English is not my first language. That's the big problem for me. And there is, I don't know the words, so many words, and also slang language.
I used to get really stressed when I did VCE. It was extremely hard for me because I'm not really the type of person that's good at doing all the bookwork. I'm a very hands-on person. VCE is not bad, it's just, it wasn't suited for me.
I live with mental health issues my whole entire life. I didn't use drugs or alcohol or get suicidal. But that brought a whole new aspect of challenges when I went into services. To them, I was not a high-risk person, because I wasn't at risk of harming myself. I had to learn to deal with a lot of my stuff myself, which sucks because I really needed the help, but I had to do a lot of it by myself.
I grew up in Burwood and we moved to Ringwood, so I had to go to a high school there. Everyone else was from the primary school next door, so everyone already had friends and I was just kind of by myself, but everyone would be like, oh, you'll get to know them. I never did. They didn't like how I liked to learn. They didn't like the way I looked. It was just because I wasn't like everyone else.
Yeah, I'm a refugee. I was born in Myanmar, and before I arrived here, I lived in India 10 years. When I stepped out from airplane, in my mind, okay, you have to start your new life from here.
A turning point for me was definitely when I started going to local council things. And then from there I joined an LGBT support group, and through that I kind of, just gained more confidence in myself. And I think if I didn't have that support and those people around me, I probably wouldn't have been able to come out. I don't even know if I'd be here if I didn't have those people, if I'm being really honest.
I made friends and I started talking to a bunch of people. I really found the people I actually like that who understood me, and they just kind of found help for me, and that was the time where I really needed it.
I feel very separated from the event now. Dad passed away when I was 11, but it was still really intense and hard to go through because he was still my dad. My mum insisted on teaching us all the time to not be afraid to reach out to people, to not be scared of their reactions, to be willing to come out and say that this is happening.
Growing up, I wanted to be a hairdresser, and then I wanted to be a teacher. Now I just want to be a leader to Aboriginal kids, and I want to be an older person that they look up to.
Don't be afraid to communicate with me, even if they understand me. There's always a way.
I was with a social worker and they're like, you should enrol at Croydon. It's for people who can't fit into mainstream schooling. And I did. My attendance went up and I started coming to school more, and I made my 2 best friends, you know. It's been worth it. Now I see that I have a future. Like, I have goals that I want to do when I grow up and things like that.
When I did move over to VicHealth, it was like the biggest relief. I have a career pathway that I can look forward to now as well. So I work for Victoria Police through my work placement with VicHealth at school. It's something I'm so passionate about, and it's something I've always wanted to do as well, and then I've got the opportunity to do it.
I'm studying in Swinburne, and the teacher is also very kind, and they are very good, and just the way they teach me, it's very good for me.
I feel like some teachers need to be more supportive with one-on-one with their student. I know it can be hard in bigger schools. Sometimes that extra step of getting to know someone, that could make someone's day, make them want to come to school.
I feel like there should be like a family violence watch list where you can keep track of the perpetrator. Like, if he was in the same town as us, we would be warned. Just something to help tell us that something was going on with him.
For the mental health system to be effective, we need to start looking at people as people instead of looking at people as tick boxes.
Every young person is different and they are their own being. They have their own opinions of things.
There is hope for our future. I never dreamed that I can live in Australia, but now by the grace of God, I am here. Is so much support here. I feel free, safe, yeah.
If you're not sure, just ask for help. That's one thing I struggled to do when I was younger, and I wish that I did it. But now that I have asked for help, I'm in an awesome place.
Young people always make mistakes, and mistakes are just part of our lives, and making mistakes help us learn, and through learning we just overcome more things, and that's amazing.
At the end of the day, we're all human, and parents need to talk to their children about respecting other people, and that bullying is never the answer.
How my dating sickness, but my dating sickness for us.
Try to find your people. Try to find a group of people or someone that you can connect with, someone that you can kind of see that, you know, you're not alone in this, and you've got people that will understand you, even if you're surrounded by people who don't understand you yet.
Hurting your family or friends or just anyone you're close to is never the answer.
Never give up. Just believe that I can do it.
Young people's opinions are important because they're the one that's going to make the change in the world.